Hey guys, Troy here from Fate and Crisis. So with the new year coming up, we figured we'd give you guys an update on what the band's up to and what our plans are moving forward for the next year. So the first thing we're going to provide an update on is the album. What is its status and where are we with it? So the first thing we can tell you is that the album art is done. We posted that a couple of times. As of right now, the title is In the Absence of Fear, and that's pretty much set in stone. It's going to be the album title. There's a very small possibility it could change, but pretty much it's set in stone. So right now we have 8 songs that are fully tracked for instrumentals. No vocals have been recorded for them, and they've been roughly mixed. So right now, instead of recording new material, what we're doing is we're going back through those 8 tracks and fixing any of the minor errors that we found. These errors included just small mistakes in playing on either bass or guitar or whatever it is. We didn't notice them at first, but sometimes upon re-listen, when you're mixing it, you notice them after a while. So right now we're just going through, we're fixing all those errors, and they're very minor. And once they're done, we're going to have all 8 tracks done, and that's great. So in terms of how the album is sounding, you can hear a little bit from the previews. The first half of the album is a bit heavier, a bit more intense, and the second half is a little bit lighter. Some of it's a little poppier, but it's still full of energy, and it's still got that Fate and Crisis vibe. I don't think there'll be too many surprises. Well, we have tried to introduce some new elements in different songs. So there was one thing I wanted to address in terms of the album's progress. That is that some of you may have noticed that we posted a lot of previews, and I think we're up to 13 or 14 now, and yet I'm only talking about 8 songs being done. So that's largely because we're posting previews of the songs as we do them. Basically, as the album's evolving and we're adding more songs on and we're starting to get a better feel for how the album's going to sound, sometimes some songs after a certain point, after a certain number of re-listens, we realize that they're not up to the same quality as the other songs, just in terms of songwriting, sometimes audio quality, sometimes they're just not good enough, or they didn't have the right feel for the album. The album was getting too much in a different direction, and we didn't want it to go that way. And as a result, we dropped those songs. So we're going to save those files, and at some point we may rework them. We may decide they fit better on a future release, and you can see them on those. But that's the reason why if you look on our social media and our site, that you'll see that there are many previews, 13, 14 previews, but I'm only talking about 8 songs being complete. So as I was saying, we have 8 tracks that are confirmed to appear on the new album. Of those 8 tracks, there are a few that have small errors as we indicated previously. So while we're fixing those errors, we're also working on writing several new songs. Our goal is to have the album between 10 to 12 songs. Right now I'm leaning towards 11, but that could change in the future. So if we were to go with 11, that would leave 3 spots open right now. We're currently working on writing 3 different songs simultaneously. So of the 3 songs we're working on, one of the songs is actually already completely written, all the parts and everything set in stone. I just don't want to start recording it until we fixed all the errors with the other songs, because otherwise it just gets to be too much and I get overwhelmed. But basically, as soon as those errors are done, and then I don't have to touch those songs until vocals, we'll start working on the other one immediately. So that'll be the 9th track. It's not too difficult a song either, so it should actually be pretty quick to record. Something too complex in it other than the solo, it's just a bit of layering. The last 2 tracks I'm working on are both going to be on the heavier side. They're going to be very intense, full of energy, and I'm hoping at least on one of the tracks to really push the boundaries on how extreme we want our band to be. So in terms of the timeline for the album, initially we were hoping for a July or June 2019 release. Right now it's looking like that might be a little bit unrealistic. So what we're hoping for right now is to still have it released in 2019, but it might have to be further down the road, closer towards the end of the year than the mid. The reason for the delay is because we've thrown away so many tracks. If we hadn't, we would have had more than enough to put it out already. We want to make sure the album is the best quality it can be, and as a result, it's taking longer. So thanks for being patient, and we hope you like it when it comes out. So we also have some current updates on the items that the band's working on now, and some future items that we're going to be working on in the new year. So one of those things that we've mentioned frequently on our social media is that we're having our official website built. It's been designed for us by my good friend Alex Davitt, who's an amazing website designer. Check him out if you haven't, he's fantastic. So we're just waiting for it to be coded, but we're going to get an update from the third party soon. So hopefully that will give us an ETA on when the site will be up and running. We're super excited because the design looks fantastic and we can't wait for everyone to see it. There's also a couple of small items that are percolating right now. I wouldn't expect to see them soon, but they're definitely things that we're working on in the future, and that includes some new promotional photos, potential live series, new show bookings. We don't know when or if those things will come to fruition. So put those on the back burner and we'll have a more detailed update in the future. So that's all for now. You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, any social media. See you in the new year. Rock on.